This is GyroGearloose with RV Hacking on the Cheap, and today we're going to go outside the RV to discuss your grill, specifically if you have a cast iron grill that has become greatly rusted. Today I'll discuss how to remove the rust and how to get back an even better than factory finish. As RVers, we don't set out to destroy our grills. However, certain realities always insert themselves. Ideally, we would always grill in full sunshine. However, as soon as you start dinner, of course the clouds open. So you move your grill underneath the awning, but then that could be dangerous too, especially if you're too close to your RV. So we end up leaving the grill outside the awning further from the RV, safe from burning down our house, and hopefully safer with the local wildlife. Inevitably, RV grills are exposed to a lot worse conditions than our home grill, but then we forget about it out there and it rains. And if you have cast iron grates, this is the result. This is my grill, which had to be put away slightly wet in order to travel. And then, due to a mishap on the way home, I forgot to come back and dry it off and clean it properly when we got home. Today I'll be showing you how I remove the rust and re-season it back to a perfectly operational grill. No, this is not burnt on cheeseburger. That's all rust. I don't think I would buy this grill again, considering how fast it rusted. The first thing we need to do is remove most of the surface rust. This can be done with a handheld wire brush, or for heavier rust, a motorized wire wheel. For severe rust, use a grinding stone, or if you have only superficial rust, you may not need to grind at all. The surface does not have to be perfect. Once the left side of this photo looks like the right side, you're done. By this point you've probably removed the factory finish. However, if the factory finish is undamaged in some places, it's fine to leave it. Many people grind the rust off their grill and then immediately start to cook again. If you did, the rust will just return in a week or two because the surface is actually completely unprotected. Before I seal the surface, I'm going to chemically remove any rust that remains so that there will be no rust underneath the finish. That will be done with a simple vinegar soak. Straight or only slightly diluted vinegar is plenty strong enough to remove the remaining rust. You do not need to use caustic rust removers that would poison your food. Find a soaking tub that fits snugly around your grills but allows them to lay flat in the bottom. Place the grills in the tub and add mostly vinegar and just enough water to cover the grills. The stronger the better. Now soak for a day or a week as needed, agitating each day. The rust will dissolve into the water and the metal will turn ashy gray where exposed. Now that all the rust has been removed, it's important to re-season the metal as soon as possible. It's not hard to do, but it will be a little smoky, so you might wait for a day that the wife is out of the house. It's probably easiest to do this in a home oven if you have one. Heat the oven to 400 degrees, then brush any oil all over the grill, covering all the surfaces very well. I'm using standard vegetable oil, but some people prefer olive oil. Others actually use lard, or considering you're going to burn the oil, once you remove the chunks, you could even use old fryer oil. Any medium weight food oil will work. Place the grills into the oven and bake until it stops smoking, usually about an hour. Carefully remove the grills from the oven, remembering that they're burning hot now, and carefully paint another layer of oil onto all surfaces. Replace in the oven. Repeat this cycle 3 or 4 times and you should end up with a glossy or waxy appearing surface. You'll know you have done an adequate job when all sides of the grill are the same even black glossy surface. Once the grills cool, the surface will not feel greasy, but it will feel waxy. Just don't test that with your finger at 400 degrees. Good cast iron can last over a century if cared for properly, because it only improves the more you cook on it. That said, there are some caveats to the care. Never soak cast iron pans, and never use soap on them. Or in my case, don't put away your grill wet and then leave it in storage for 3 weeks before properly drying it. If never using soap seems shocking to you, the trick is that there's no need to use soap. The surface is so non-stick that a dry towel will actually clean it, and you want to leave a slight grease residue for the next time you cook. This has been GyroGearloose with RV Hacking on the Cheap. If this presentation has been useful, please like, subscribe, send me a coffee on Patreon, or tell me the meaning of life.